What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is a good day. We got some car parts. It's always a good day. Here is my clutch pedal, my clutch bracket. Pretty much it. It's pretty much what I was missing. If you guys have a vintage Mustang, shop at Modern Driveline. I got the pads for the brake pedal and the clutch. Here's the clutch. If I could get it to open. So here's the clutch pedal. And then I got the cable and the bracket. Here's the bracket that's gonna hook up on the back of that reservoir. If you guys see my last video, you guys saw that I put the transmission in there. I'm still missing the Crossmember. I should be getting that sometime tomorrow. So right now the transmission's in there, but it's kind of hanging on. You guys could see it's a 5-speed now. Real quick, I'll show you. That bracket's gonna go behind here, run the pedal down and up to the top. And we should be rocking and rolling. Obviously that clutch pedal, I'll show you guys in this video how I will be doing this. So stick around for more and you guys will find out how I swapped my C4 to a T5. All right, guys, so when you guys order this kit online, this is what you're gonna receive. It'll be your bracket with some hardware, your cable, and your instructions. It's pretty, I read these instructions online. It's pretty self-explanatory. I think your hardest part will be if you have to mount this pedal. That's what I'm thinking. Now this pedal is separate. Of course, this was separate. If you do not have a manual, you will need, obviously, your clutch pedal. So that's why I got mine. And if you do have a manual, you got your clutch pedal, but I do believe you gotta make a little switches here and there. But still, this kit is pretty worth it. You have what's gonna route your cable and all that to the pedal and to the transmission. So this will hook up to the transmission on one side, and on the other side it'll go to your pedal. All right, so the first step here is to remove this reservoir. It'll be a 9/16 socket, and there's be 2 bolts. What I'm gonna do first is remove these brake lines. This is I think it's 7/16. Yep. And I'll be removing these just so they're not just hanging. All right, so the following step was to put the plate on there, and we're gonna be making our mark center in that hole, which I already did. So I'll be taking this off, and I will be drilling the hole, which is right there. So it is a little tricky because it's right on the edge where the bit is gonna roll down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using a really small bit first to get it started, and then I'll be using the bit that they require. They don't require it, but the bit that it says to use, which is a 3/8. So here I have the bit to start it with. Now I have the 3/8 bit. Should make it a little easier. Let's see. So now we're gonna, when this is mounted, we're gonna put it in, but that O-ring, that plastic O-ring has to come off and it has to be on the other side. So we'll take that off. Let's see if I can take that off. Yep, so leave that dangling there. Oh, maybe not. Take it off. feed this all the way to the back. So that O-ring will not let you pass it when it's on there. Now, we'll put the O-ring on it. All right, so pretty much like so. Now this is gonna go to the bottom when it's closer to the headers, but this is what they want us to do. And I'm sure next is mounting it. All right, so now that I got my bracket and the cable how it should be, I will be removing these two bolts. That way I could place my bracket in there. So now that I removed that, I got my bracket and the cable. I will be feeding my cable into the small hole that we had drilled, that 3/8 hole. So and those two bolts that I just removed, I will be putting those on to hold the plate. So now that I got those two in there, the plate should be in place. I got the, now I will be spinning the whole cable. That way I could thread it all through. This is a jam nut. So tying that up, and that will be it for this step. Now I could mount my reservoir on where it should go. All right, so everything right here on the outside is complete. I got the bracket on. I got the reservoir on there with the brake lines hooked up. Now, the rest of the work's gonna be under here, under the dash. It is gonna be a little tricky for me to record, but it's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna be undoing the brake pedal. And then this is my clutch pedal. And from what the instructions say, you're gonna have to cut that off as it shows here. Everything's here in the instructions. I'm following exactly what this is saying. And it looks like we're getting somewhere, so. Then this is gonna go here because this is where your cable underneath the dash is gonna hook up to give it tension to your pedal. And then of course, the transmission is gonna be hooked up on the underside. So that's pretty much how that goes. So I'll try to set up this camera as best as I can, and let's get to it. All right, so underneath the dash here, I'll show you guys what I did already. I actually already removed my old bolt that holds the brake pedal. There's the new bolt, and on this other side, it's flat because that's how your clutch is gonna get mounted. So your old bolt, this is my old bolt, and it goes in this way, and then you have this lock that locks it, and it won't move out of place. Your new bolt will be different. You're actually gonna have a nut on the side of your pedal, and the reason why I say that is because this is the only side that's gonna mount. This is how your pedal's gonna get mounted, through that hole. I also still have to cut this piece and trim my brake pedal. The brake pedal is gonna be gone, like half of it. So let's get started with. Okay, so I got the piece trimmed. This is the clutch. Now, in this hole that's in the middle, we're gonna put this in like that, this pretty much just rests on there. All right, so I'm under the dash here. That bolt you guys see is the bolt I was talking about that holds the brake pedal. That's the new one. So that has to be pretty much up and down for your brake or for your clutch pedal to go in. And the clutch pedal right there is pretty much up and down as well. There's a clutch pedal here. And that is the bracket that I put on. It's not tight, guys. Don't tighten it. You guys will see once you guys are under here more like how it goes. All right, so before I tighten the clutch pedal up and everything, this is my pad for the brake. What I'm gonna do is slide it in like that, and I'm gonna make a mark right here. All right, so it is day 2 of working on the swap from the last video. You guys remember my original Crossmember for the transmission didn't work. So this one should be it. These are the 2 bolts that I originally had. And also still working on the swap. Everything on the inside is ready. I got the clutch. I got everything ready. I just got to hook up on the transmission side, but I was waiting on that Crossmember. That way the transmission will be up and secure, and I could run that cable down to the bottom. So let's get started. All right, so now that the Crossmember's in, I routed the clutch cable and I put it into place. It goes right there on the bell housing. There's a hole for it. But I got this clip that locks it into place because right now it has wiggle. All right, guys. So the swap is done. Here's what my last thing was I needed to show you guys. There's the clip that I had that locks this into place and it won't let it slide out. And then you just put this in the hole, put the nut on it, and then your back nut to lock it in. You do have some adjustment. I don't know what mine's gonna be. I kind of just tightened it, not as much as I could, but I did snug it. There's no play in here. But I won't know if I need adjustment probably till I get the car running. I threw my seat in there just so I could sit in it and feel these pedals. So here is, there's the clutch. It's maxed out all the way to the top. It goes down all the way and it comes back up, so that's good. Guys, this was a pretty straightforward swap. Not too difficult. Anybody could do it. If you can mess around a little bit with cars, anybody could do it. It's simple. It's just putting that bracket in the back, making the hole, and then just throwing this cable in from the clutch down to the transmission. This is just here for now. I'll have to, once I have everything in, headers and all that, obviously I have to reroute it. But the transmission is in. It is officially a T5 in the 69 Mustang. Pretty exciting. So that is it for the video. I do recommend you guys doing it. I think this car will be much funner being a 5-speed. But that's it. I'll be posting, like I always say, as much as I can. I don't know what my next video will be, but I think I'm going to be ordering this Holly to get this thing fired up here soon. So remember, comment, like, subscribe. I need some subscribers, guys. That's what I need. You guys hit the little bell, that way you guys can know when I drop a video, and support the little channel that's going on, and we'll have this car in the streets pretty soon.